How can this outdoor speaker system and garden lighting share a single cable? Is it magic or clever wiring? Let's find out and get this installation started. Some instructions on there it says you must do before using. I found one duct.
So we think that's the one for the house?
Yeah, we've got to get there, and over there, and over there, so...
Have we got enough cable? Oh, this is touch and go. I don't think there's enough.
Oh, I shot the target a little bit with the wire. Gel or ectoplasm? Satisfying, isn't it?
Oh, look at that. Just mount the rack just here. Be long enough then, wouldn't it? Well, if there's something to catch, it always does, doesn't it? Oh, what are the chances?
I'm going to wire it and then put it on the wall.
Fault error. Hopefully we won't see that one when we power up.
You sure?
Yeah.
Today we're going to be installing SnapOne's Episode Radiance, the ultimate sound and lighting system. Let's find out what we're going to do in this project. The Episode Radiance merges a premium audio system with outdoor lighting, all installed using one simple 2-core cable. Boasting an audio output of up to 400 watts, each speaker delivers up to 16 watts. The setup is perfect for large gardens and patios. In this project, we're installing 7 speakers around a swimming pool and terrace with the potential for future expansion. The system offers versatility with various mounting options. First option is this surface mount bracket, which is ideal for flat areas like this decking, allowing you to easily wire underneath the surface. Or we could choose a pendant mount option, which is ideal where you've got tables like this on the patio. Or if you need to light a path, we could use this wall mounted bracket, and either in an uplight or downlight configuration. Or if you don't like the contrast look between the black and the white wall, you could choose the fixtures with the white finish option. They're great mounting options, especially if you've been able to install cables as part of a first fix installation. We haven't had that luxury, so we've opted for this spike mounted option to add the speakers and lights to these garden borders. Now you may have noticed in there this handy cap, which has got a spirit level function in there, so you can get everything straight and level, but it also forms another function as well. It protects the electrical connection, so you can install your spikes and mounts during that first fix and then only add the speakers at the commissioning stage. But it's also a bump cap, or should we say a hammer cap, used to drive the spikes into the ground. And let me tell you, this has had a bit of a bashing.
Yeah, look at what cable size this is.
It's American wire gauge. Can you remember, which way does the number go? Is it bigger, smaller, or is it?
Bigger, smaller? Smaller's bigger.
While Gary was busy digging the trenches, I had to calculate the cable sizing. I can't remember, best just go and check. The cable size is based on the total circuit length, so how much do you think we're going to need?
100 metres?
Gary's pace was slow, but by sundown, we were prepared to connect the system. Let's talk electrical connections. Now, this product is littered with Americanisms. We've got the pigtail that comes out, and according to the instructions, you would use some silicon wire nuts. We don't really understand how to use those. Perhaps our American viewers can help us out in the comments. So because we don't trust our ability when it comes to wire nuts, we've chosen a gel connector system where we just press in some Wago 221 connectors in there, and then that gel oozes around as you close the lid shut. Now, you may hear a little bit of speaker trivia here. This is a 70-volt system, which again comes from the US. In the UK and Europe, we tend to see 100-volt speaker wiring systems used in PAs, in stations and airports and things like that. The reason for 70 volts is in the US, if you run a 70-volt system, you don't need to use conduit. We, however, have opted to use some plastic conduit here just to give a little bit of additional protection to our wires, because we couldn't possibly go as deep as we would have first liked to do, because the builder has left a hard concrete base underneath here. So at least there'll be a hint that there's a cable under there. Someone goes in with a shovel. Thanks to Gary's practice of leaving extra cable at each end, we ran out of cable.
Have we got enough cable? Oh, this is touch and go. I don't think there's enough. We could move the rack. That'd be really easy, wouldn't it? Put the rack over here.
We also ran out of flexible conduit, but I found some that the builder had left behind. Once the mounts are in place, that is the wiring complete. Everything else from that stage on is plug and play. So to connect everything up, remove the Armageddon dust cap on this ground spike, and we're ready to plug in the speaker. Now, let me just tell you, this system is reassuringly heavy. It reeks of quality. All of those system components, there is a certain weight to them. Before we install the speaker on the base, you might want to change this switch on the bottom here. This is a little tap selector here, so that selects the power output of the speaker element. We might want more sound across at the table to drown out people's conversation, or we might want to relax over here and turn the sound down a little. That's what you do with that little tap setting. There's 4 different settings on that. Put it into the base, just locate it into the cap there, all die cast construction, and turn, and there's a reassuring click when that goes in there, and that's our connection done. And that's a speaker, but if I want to add light to it, just remove this cap on the top here, and here's our lighting module. Again, there's some configuration we can do on this to determine which light we actually want. There's a little spotlight out the top there, which I could use if I wanted to light up that tree over there, or if I was using this with the pendant mount and pointing down, I could have that pointing down on the table. But at the same time, I might want to switch off the ring light depending on where the pendant's mounted, so I don't get light in my eyes, and that's the flexibility. You can have one or the other or both, and you adjust the light setting underneath this cap here. And again, it's the same procedure, that just clicks into place. So we've now got a sound and light option. We could, if we wanted to carry the theme on across the property, just choose a light only option by selecting a speaker blank, which looks exactly the same, but as the name suggests, just doesn't have a speaker in it. Now, this system was designed for the kind of weather you get in America, which can be anything from parching hot deserts to freezing mountaintops, and that's reflected in the design of the system. With an IP66 rating, some people say it can even survive the weather in South Manchester.
You to me to you. Come on.
Hold on. If you've ever installed a sound system in possibly your first car, you'll know that any system can be improved with the addition of a subwoofer, and that rings true with this Episode Radiance system. We've got this beast of a subwoofer here, which offers a number of mounting options. You can screw it down to the surface, or you can do what we've done here, bury it in the ground, and Gary's done a fantastic job digging this round hole. The wiring is slightly different. That connects to the 8 ohm output on the amplifier, which we'll come to in a little while, so we had to run a separate cable back to the plant room, and we're luckily next to this inspection pit here, so we've been able to make our electrical connection there.
At this point in the video, like me, you're now wondering how much does it cost and where can I get it from? All you need to do is jump into the description where I've left a link for the wonderful team at Alltrade where you can set yourself an account up. However, if you do that and you jump out the video at this point, I've got a funny feeling you'll be joining us later on when we discover an absolute gem that we almost missed.
Now, at this stage, you're probably thinking, how can we have sound and light using just a 2-conductor cable? Well, the answer is on the wall here, the MB1 audio and light processor. What that does is combine the output from an LED driver and the output from our 70-volt amplifier and combine them onto that single cable. Now, this box itself is IP rated. It could have gone outside, but we've chosen to conveniently position it close to our LED driver and the rack where we've got the data connections and the amplifier. The unit itself can power up to 300 watts of light, but there is a recommendation that you restrict that to 240 watts, a little bit of headroom to allow for cable losses, which means if you have both the ring and the spotlight on, 24 lights powered from this box. And of course, you can control the sound and the light completely separately. So during the day, you probably only want sound, and at night, you might want sound or light, or perhaps later on, not to wake the neighbors, you might want just light. And here's the final piece of the jigsaw. How do we get the sound into our sound system? Well, that's down to this Episode hybrid amplifier that has 2 outputs, one that goes directly to our subwoofer, which is an 8 ohm output, and the second, which is our 70-volt output that goes back to that MB1 box to be combined with the light ready to go out there.
Is it working?
Well, it's half working. We've got light, but no sound.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I've read the instructions. Okay, I know I've actually checked all of your connections and they are perfect. So we must be doing something wrong.
Yeah, now let's just think back. That label on the back of the MB1, what did that say?
Can't remember.
2 hours later, I learned that you really do need to update the firmware in the Episode hybrid amplifier to get the audio system working. Finally, we connected the Episode Link 300 series audio casting interface and we were ready to stream some music.
That's got to be one of the best products we've ever reviewed. However, I'm not volunteering for any more digging anytime soon.
No, and I'm not letting you measure the cables anymore. But what we have learned, that product, incredibly simple to install, but what a powerful result. Fantastic lighting, fantastic sound, but easy to operate. During this, you've learned how to use AirPlay to access Apple Music.
I have, and I've got all of 4 songs that we're fed up of hearing, but incredible. Incredible light, incredible sound. Shall we drink to that?
Drink to that.
Cheers. Are they all the same length?
You're right to Gurn in competitions.
I'd win every time, unless you entered, and I come second.